Alright everyone, thank you for joining the Chess Twins stream. So to challenge us, just read the description. So you first have to subscribe to us on YouTube. You can follow Chess Twins on lichess.org, or you can follow us on our new Twitch account. Second, you must go to lichess.org. You must sign up with an account there. And then third, you must click play with a friend, which is on the right side of the screen. After that, you change the time control from unlimited, it's going to be unlimited at first, to real time. Change it to real time. And you can choose minutes per side. You can choose 1 minute or 3 minutes, your choice. So, and you also want the increment to be 0. The next thing to do after that is to click on one of the kings. You can click on the middle king to choose a random side. So now that's it, and now I'll wait for challenges to come in. Oh yeah, by the way, after you click the king, you must invite a lichess user and type in chess twins. chess_twins. All right. Now we're playing Great Checkmate. Thank you for joining us today on our stream. Okay, I might play c4 next. I don't know what my opponent's doing right now. My opponent did not establish a pawn in the center yet. Okay, so I'm kicking out the bishop, hopefully trapping it, and I think the bishop is trapped right now. Right, it has nowhere to go. It's stuck over here. So I'm winning 2 points right here, so this is a good start right now. My opponent castles. I actually don't have to take the bishop immediately. I can wait. It's still trapped. Okay, my opponent's spending some time thinking. The interesting move that my opponent played in the beginning was 1 f6. I wonder if... I don't know what my opponent was doing. This is not a good move because it weakens the diagonal against a king. So, yeah, still thinking. Okay, my opponent plays queen e8. That's fine. I still don't have to take the bishop. Okay, so this bishop right here, my light square bishop, is a really good bishop right now because all my pawns are fixed on dark squares, so my bishop is very versatile and it can move around. So I like this bishop, my light square bishop. Okay, my opponent strikes my pawn structure with pawn to a5, and now the bishop can move if I don't do anything, so now is the perfect time to take it. So I'll be up by 2 points now. Okay. Alright, so my opponent takes on b4, and I can actually squeeze in an in-between move with pawn takes c7. I'm attacking the knight and threatening to promote, so I'm also gaining a pawn as well by doing this. So I'm pretty happy with my position. Shortly afterward, I'll recapture this pawn. Or better yet, the knight has to move first. Once I capture over here, he might trade rooks, but I don't see any dangerous threats for my opponent. Okay, knight to c6. I'll capture. We'll see if he sees this rook on the open file. Whoop. Uh-oh, he didn't see it. Alright, that's a free rook over here. Okay, my opponent takes on b4. That's fine. Now I'm up by so much material, 8 points now. I'm just gonna castle and get my king safe, and I can continue with my plans. So this knight over here looks a bit misplaced. I wonder if I can take advantage of this. Okay, so queen to e7. Let's see. I'll attack the knight first. Let's do that. Knight's probably going to go back to c6. That's my prediction. Okay, goes back to c6. This castle. There's no point in defending this pawn. I can't defend it. Okay. Now I want to swing my rook to c1. Get something along this file. Hopefully create some trouble with the knight. So the knight is pinned. Oops. That's fine. I'll just take it. Yeah, my opponent just doesn't have that much time anyways. Okay, I can take this pawn over here. Alright. My opponent played queen to d7. Interesting though, because it blocks the bishop from getting any activity, so I'm not sure if that was the best move to be played. Okay, well wait, I'll just create a flight square for my king, just to avoid back rank checkmate issues. And my opponent has less than 20 seconds left, and it's shortly going to be game over. Okay, queen to b7. It's fine, I'll just trade queens. I'm up by so much material. Simplify, pin the knight. Should be fine. Okay. I'm threatening to take on c6 because the knight is pinned. Alright, I'll take on c6. Check. Take the knight. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can get a checkmate in. Alright, good game, great checkmate. Let's see, who do we have next? We have our friend over here. Alright, thank you, Ali Brahimix. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry if I pronounced it incorrectly. But welcome to the stream. Glad to be playing you. Alright. Let's see. I'll play d5. Oh. I've seen this before. I forgot what opening this is called. Okay, I'll take it. Knight g5. I'll just develop knight f6, defend the pawn. I'll give him a little bit of trouble. Oh, this is a weird, interesting gambit. Okay, I guess I'll take. I'm helping him develop though, but at least I get a pawn out of this. Alright, I'm just going to develop my dark square bishop. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to continue developing castling probably. I might play c5 later. Okay, interesting sacrifice. I have two defenders, my king and my knight, so... Okay, I'm assuming he's probably going to take on h7, and I'll just recapture with my king. I'm not sure. But right now I'm attacking his knight 3 times, so he has to do something. And I could trade queens if I wanted to. Okay, I'll take. Okay, no problem, I'll just back out. Alright, I'll have a discovered attack against the queen. I think I'm winning a bishop here. Because first his queen is attacked, and his bishop is attacked with my pawn. So, a double attack and a discovered attack at the same time. I think my opponent was trying to play bishop h3. If I didn't play e5, he was trying to play bishop h3 to try to get a mating threat on g7. But, yeah, I'll take the queen. He can take my queen, but I'll take his rook. So, in the end, I technically win a rook. And I have threat for back rank checkmate. And his bishop's hanging too, so. Alright, moves the bishop out of the way and defends back rank mate, but I might play bishop g5, adding pressure onto the bishop. The bishop can't take my bishop because of back rank mate. It seems like my opponent just resigned. Well, good game, Ali Ibrahim. All right, we'll get on to our. Okay, we can take. All right, we'll get on to our next challenge. XR51. Good luck. Okay, we'll play the Sicilian defense. All right, close Sicilian so far. We'll go ahead and transpose into the con variation. Okay, F4. All right, I'll play A6. He's probably gonna play. All right, he's stopping B5. Okay, I'll develop my queen on C7 to put pressure on the F4 pawn. Then I'll go knight E7 maybe, knight G E7. I might play G6 and then bishop G7 after this. Yeah, I'm gonna play G6 to control the F5 square. I don't want him to get an F5. So yeah, I'll develop my bishop on this long diagonal. I have a lot of dark squares to work with. F8, E5, and D4. So now my next plan is I'm just gonna probably castle and try to get in D5. Okay, interesting. That seems like a free pawn to me. I could take, then he takes back with his pawn, then I recapture with knight. Interesting, okay. He probably wants to play bishop H6. I might continue developing. I'm not, oh no, he's probably going to play knight G5 soon, so. Interesting. I'm not sure how to, right now I'm not sure how to stop knight G5 from coming in. If I play H6, I know my H pawn is hanging. So, let's see, how will I defend the mate threat coming up? It's interesting. I'll just play D6. If he plays knight G5, I'll play H. Oh, okay. Bishop H6. Probably wants to exchange. I might ignore and just play bishop E6. Bishop E6, yeah. If he takes, I'll take with the F pawn. Takes my bishop on E6. But if he takes my bishop on G7, I'll probably take back with the king. Okay, I'll take with the F pawn. Oof. This attack looks pretty strong. Alright, I'm gonna have to hurry up too. I'm a bit low on time. Might as well just give up a pawn. Give up the pawn with knight C. No. I'm losing the exchange. This is pretty bad. Well, yeah, that's a fork. Alright. Yeah, I'm losing the exchange here. It's going to take on F5 also. I gotta hurry up too. Doesn't look very good for me. Down the exchange and a pawn. Just have to keep on developing. It's not very good. Alright. I'll just do my best. I'll get my knight off to C8. I don't want to get mated either with... Ooh, geez, that's a nasty pin. But I'll get out of it. I have to move my knight next and develop. Alright, my rooks and knight are defended, but I'm simplifying into a losing endgame, and I'm pretty low on time. This doesn't look very good. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna play moves right now. Doesn't look very good. I'm down the exchange and a pawn. 2 pawns. Yeah, and I have 2 seconds too. Alright. And yeah, I'm gonna run out of time. That was a free rook, but whoops. Can't really move. Yeah, there's a queen. I might as well just resign. Alright. Well, good game. You played very well. I didn't realize that kingside attack was that strong. Alright, well done. Alright, we'll take on the next challenge. We'll take on Raj. We'll take on Raj Mithun. I'll have to play a lot faster this game too. Okay. Well, good luck. Are you there, Raj? Alright, this game might abort. Oh, okay, now it plays d4. I'm going to play d5. Okay, we're going to go to Slav defense. Okay, I'll probably take on c5, c4. Ooh, okay. I'll play b5, hanging on to the pawn. And I'll let my knight hop into d5. I'm probably thinking of playing e6, just bishop e7, castling as quick as I can. Alright, interesting. Alright, so I might consider b5 here. Yeah, it looks good. Because if he takes my knight, he supports. Oh, now my c-pawn is supported. So now I'm just going to probably play e6, bishop e7, and I'm going to castle. Okay. I'm up a healthy pawn. I might play a5 also to secure my pawn structure. Secure my pawn in b4. Oh, yeah, he stops it. Well played. Alright, I'll castle now. And I'll continue to develop. Alright, play knight c6. Now, one thing in this opening is with the pawn on e5, you always want to be careful of kingside attacks. For example, if white had his bishop on d3, then there is a possibility that white could sacrifice on h7. And considering that I don't have a kingside knight, it's very hard to defend. So, okay, he's trying to clamp down on my structure. I'll play queen b6. Now I'm threatening to take the pawn with my bishop. Yeah, queen a5. Alright. Might play... Oh, let's see. The d pawn is hanging. But the thing is, I might have to consider bishop e6 after that. After I take the pawn. Okay, well, okay, I'll take the pawn. Bishop e3. That's what I meant. Oh, never mind. The e pawn's hanging. What am I talking about? Okay. But right now, yeah, although I am up 2 pawns, I just have to continue developing. I don't know if I want to take too many pawns, but I guess it looks safe to me. Plus, I'm attacking his bishop too. So now I have to try getting my light square bishop out as soon as I can. He's probably going to play rook fb1. Okay, he moves his bishop. I'll probably play rook d8, and then bishop d7. Okay, I gotta get my queen out of the way. Let's go... Maybe... I might go to a3. Yeah. Because if he takes, my a3 pawn teams is pretty close to promoting, only 2 steps away. And it's supported by my dark square bishop on e7. Alright, good move. But I'll play bishop e7, d7. I'm also defending my rook laterally. And I'm threatening. And if his queen seems like it's almost trapped. Alright. Let's see. His queen doesn't seem like it has that many squares. It must be trapped soon. Or I can try forcing a queen trade with queen a4, queen b5. That's one thing I could do. Or I could try king f8 and then bishop c3. That seems interesting. Bishop c6, sorry. Alright, I might either force force a queen trade. Alright, I'm going to check the chat now. Let's see, good game, Ali Ibrahim. It was a good game. Let's see. Anak Yunal, good game also. Thank you for playing. Alright, I'm going to play queen b5, offering queen exchange. I could trap the queen, but I think it's just simpler just to trade queens, and use my 2-pawn advantage to win the game. Oh, is the queen trapped almost? I might play, yeah, rook dc8. Oof. Or I might just grab the a-pawn. Rook dc8, and then queen. There would have been queen b7. If I were to trade queens, queen takes b7, then his a-pawn would take on b7, and then there would be a fork between both my rooks. So that's something. The queen seems, I don't know. The queen seems pretty low on squares. I'll just. Is it trapped? I think it might be trapped now. Yeah. Rook ac8. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it has very many squares to go to. He might play rook ba1. Okay, he resigns. Well, good game. All right, we'll get to other challenge. Okay. Well, let's see. We'll have a rematch, Raj. All right, I'll play d4. All right, knight f6. I'm gonna play c4, striking at the center. Okay, e6. I'll develop my other knight. All right, I think we're going to stonewall. Play bishop e7. He's probably gonna take on c4. Yeah, and then play b5. Okay, now I'll play bishop e2. Now I might want to try getting an expansion with queen c2 and then e4 later. But I'll just castle. All right, I'll play a3, stopping b4. Now I might consider playing b5 because black really wants to get into c5 break, and playing b5 will stop that. So if I play b5, a downside is that black might play a4, and if I don't do anything about it, then black will do a takes b4, and I can't take that because my rook would be hanging. All right, so I might consider playing b5 and playing bishop b2, but I'm just a little bit worried about a5, before a5. So, okay, I'll play queen c2, trying to facilitate e4, expanding in the center. Okay, I might play b5 actually now, since he played a6. If he plays a5 now, he sort of wasted a tempo, so. Alright, well now I'll play bishop b2. I'll develop my bishop. And now the c pawn seems pretty weak. Alright, let's see. He wants to build pressure on h2. I might as well just play h3, just for precaution. Alright, now he plays. Okay, now he plays e5, expanding in the center. If I take, I hope his pieces go in the center. However, I don't want him to advance and cramp my position. So let's see, I could take, but then he takes what I could do. T takes e5, then he could probably take with knight. But okay, I'll just play rook a c1. I'll oppose the queen on the c file. Now he plays rook a c8. All right, I might as well just keep the tension in the center with the pawn on d4 and the pawn on e5. Might as well leave it there. I'm also controlling the c5 square. Now if I were to take on e5, I would also lose control of the c5 square. So that's why I'm not willing to take yet until it's necessary. Okay. I'm thinking of playing e5, e4. I mean, Alright, I'll take with knight. Now my knights can hop into f5. And I can possibly get in a kingside attack going. Yeah, the downside to that move was allowing c5. But I'll attack the bishop with knight f5. I'll play an in-between move. Threatening to take on d6 with a fork. Okay. Now, I'm a little bit worried about my b pawn. If I don't do anything about it, my b pawn's hanging. I might take, but my e pawn will be under fire multiple times. I'll probably just play f3. Oh wait, if he takes a knight, I'll play f3 now. Yeah. Now I might want to get out of the way, play queen b1, so my rook can oppose the queen on the c file. Okay, that's a good move. I have to move faster now. Alright, I'm gonna play queen b1, getting out of this way on the c file. Okay, he might take. If he plays knight takes. Okay, he took on b2. I'll recapture with queen. Just gotta move a little bit faster. Gotta move my knight. Or I can do a discovery too. But oh, that comes with check. I might play knight b. Oof. Yeah, I'll play. I'm really low on time. I have to move fast. That was a bad move. Knight takes b5. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I'm getting pinned. So I have to get out of the way. Yeah, I just don't have enough time to finish this. Yeah, there goes my knight. Oh. Well then. Yeah, he can probably set up a battery in the dark squares. And I'm gonna be out of time. Alright. Well, good game. Alright. Let's see. Hey Glad GT. You can feel free to send me a challenge. Okay. Alright, one knight f3. Useless opening. Okay, I'll respond pawn to d5. Okay, my opponent's taking some time. So maybe my opponent will go with the fianchetto step. Okay, maybe not. With g3, bishop g2, maybe castle. I'll strike in the center with pawn c5. He takes. I'll play pawn e6. Recapture my pawn. This is a pretty standard opening. Pawn c3. Okay, the bishop backs up. I'll just continue developing my knight. I'll play a6 just to stop pawn to b5, because that might be annoying. Because my knight will have to move, and I like it on c6. Okay. I'll exchange bishops and g3. I'll play bishop d7. Now I just have to be a bit careful with the h file, because his rook is exposed and it is attacking my h7 pawn. Okay, bishop d3, that's a good move. It's attacking my h7 square, but I'm going to expand in the center and threaten a fork by playing pawn to e5. Okay, so Preston T in the chat asks, is he only playing 3-0? No, you can also send bullet requests. In fact, I prefer bullet requests. Alright, so you want to play 15-15? Nah, sorry, we don't have that much time. We prefer quick games. Okay. Knight g5. Okay, I'll just shut out the bishop. Okay, bishop b2. I'll just kick out the knight. Alright, his knight has to go back to h3. It's an unfortunate square, but it's its only move. Otherwise, he'll lose material. Okay. Hey Mithu and Raj, thanks for your message. Alright, knight h3, I'll play knight e5. I'm okay with that. Alright, so Preston playing 5 minutes at 3-second increment. That's okay. Just send it in the challenge and make sure you put the 3-second increment as well. Okay, I'll just continue attacking the c file. Okay, pawn to f4, attacking my knight. Now his light squares seem really weak. I'm really tempted to play knight to g5 or g4, or maybe knight to c4. I don't know. Let's go with g4 because I have a direct attack on e3, and also I feel that, and my rook is exposed on the c file and is attacking the c file. Okay, I'll just take on e3. That's attacking the queen with tempo. I have the possibility of playing knight to g2 check and having his king on castle, but my knight would probably get trapped. Okay, queen to b3. That's alright. Play bishop e6. My opponent's low on time. Alright, I'll just take the pawn. Recapture. Okay, queen to e3. Let's get my rook on the open file. Okay, it looks like a free pawn. I'm attacking his queen as well. And also his king's potentially in a really bad position. Gotta play bishop d3. Threatening rook takes e2. Alright, good game, Alabram XX. Alright, who do we have next? We have Buddy03, 1500. 5-3 casual, okay. Here we go. Alright, good luck. I'll go out with my Sicilian defense again. Okay, knight f3. Play pawn to e6. Pawn d4, I'll take. This is the standard Sicilian. I'll just play pawn to a6. I'm going for the con variation, possibly queen to c7. Or I'll go for the wing attack with pawn to b5. There's a lot of theory behind the Sicilian defense. And, well, yeah, that drops a pawn. I guess what you're supposed to do is play pawn to a3 followed by b4 if you want to get an expansion. But it's not a really good idea because it weakens the diagonal. Okay, he defends his knight on c3. I'll just continue developing with bishop b7. Now, I don't have to move that fast because there's an increment. So he kicks my bishop. I'll just move it back to c5. He should play knight to b3. That's a really common idea when the bishop moves back to c5. There are some lines where the knight goes to f3, but I prefer, as white, to play knight b3 because it gets a tempo on the bishop, and the bishop has to move. Okay, I think that drops a bishop. I mean, a knight. It drops a piece. Just double check. Yeah, that's a full piece. Because if the bishop moves and tries to get a discovered attack on my bishop, I'll just take the knight on c3 with check. That's key. Buddy03 says, wow, I'm bad. LMAO. Well, don't worry about it. We all make mistakes. Alright, good game. Game, buddy. Alright, yeah, we'll just rematch. Okay, d4. Knight f6. Knight f3. d5. c4. With my standard queen's pawn opening. Pawn e6. I'll develop my knight. Knight c6. I'll take the pawn. I'll exchange it up a bit, free up some space for my bishops, and release some tension. Bishop e7. I'll just play pawn to e3. Alright, pawn h6. I'll just move my bishop back. He's probably going to castle, that's my guess. Or play bishop f4, g4. All are pretty good moves. All valid. Now, if you're just joining us, this is the Chess Twin stream. Thank you for joining us. If you're just new, and make sure to subscribe to our channel and check out our Twitch and our lichess. And also, we play in chess.com too. So, yeah, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, castles. I'll probably just castle as well. Okay, my opponent's taking some time now. So the knight on c6 is a bit of an issue right now because I can actually take on it and double his pawns. But I'm not sure if I want to actually do that though, because he can get in a pawn to c5 break, and that doesn't seem very good for me. Okay, queen to d6. I feel like I can just play bishop g3 and get a tempo on the queen and attack it. Okay, queen b. I'm looking at queen to b4. Queen to b4. Alright, he doesn't take it. I'll take advantage of the pin. I'll play knight to e5. It takes advantage of the queen and knight's placement. Oh, misclick. That's alright. Oh, that just hangs a queen. Alright, good game, buddy. It's okay. I misclicked many times as well. Okay, who's the next challenger? We have Nirvana Yermend. Sorry if I botched your pronunciation. 2100. This is a really high rating. Alright, we all have a good game. Good luck. Go with my standard Sicilian defense. Knight f3. Okay, he moves out both knights. Usually you see a pawn to d4 break coming up soon. a4, interesting. He really does not want me to play pawn to b5, which is a common idea with after following the move pawn to a6. Okay, I'll play knight g7. I'll fianchetto out my bishop on the king side. Bishop g7. I'm going to castle soon. Interesting how he plays bishop to g5, because I can just kick out the bishop with pawn to h6. Okay, I'm playing on castling. Wow, that attacks my h6 pawn. He's moving really fast, too. I'll get into d5 break. It looks optimal now, because I have two pawns controlling the center, which will be really good. Alright, bishop a2. Now, let me get my light square bishop into the game. Potentially used a useful light square diagonal by moving to b7. So the idea with knight to h2 is to play pawn to f4, which is a normal kingside expansion. Now, usually in this type of Sicilian, white wants to possibly play pawn to g4 and even get into an f5 break. White plays really aggressively in this Sicilian. I'll counter back with my own f5 break, or possibly throw in a check. Now the check, if I throw in the check and he plays bishop to e3, I can actually take the bishop and play pawn to d4, and he'll fork the queen of the bishop. Okay, he moves the king over. That's a correct move. Get my break in. Now he might play pawn to e5. Yeah, that shuts out my bishop from my territory on the king side. But that's okay. I'm just thinking about capturing the knight and playing pawn to d4, so I can make use of the light square bishop and vacate a square for my knight. But I don't want to play it too quickly yet, because my e6 pawn will hang. I play b5, get a b5 expansion. I gotta move faster too. I'm down by a minute. The tough opponent. Pre-move the recapture, just in case he does. Interesting. Okay, I'll take. Okay, recapture. Now once he takes back with c pawn, I'll play pawn to b4. That locks out the light square bishop. Okay, rook to d1. He really wants to get a discovered attack on my queen. I want to play knight to d4, but pawn to c3 looks like a good move for him. Okay, I'll try to fight for the file. Okay, moving in, knight to d5. My light square bishop is really good right now. Look at all the squares it's attacking. I'll follow up with queen to c6 and potentially get a checkmate. And now his queen is pretty lopsided. You see how it's locked out by the rook and the bishop? Now it has no defense, and my queen will infiltrate the position pretty easily right now. Okay. It looks very close to checkmate right now. I think he's losing a piece. With queen to g2 check, I can take the knight afterwards. Queen g2 check. Yeah, I'll just take a knight. This looks winning for me. Yeah, now his king is out. Take the h3 pawn with check. Or alright, he resigns. Good game. Well played. Tough opponent. I'll give a rematch. Worthy effort. Open up with d4. Okay, knight f3. Pawn b6, g3. I'll go with the Fianchetto setup. This is a very common standard opening. Usually black here wants to play pawn to c5, but my idea with pawn to a3 is potentially play b4 if I had a chance, but my opponent stopped it. Play b4 and occupy the c5 square. Now I'm planning on getting an e4 expansion. Okay, my opponent gets an e5. These are all correct moves. It's undermining my strong d4 pawn. Well done. I'll just ignore. I'll play rook e1. I'll have him release tension. Queen c2, standard move. Thinking about playing pawn to e3. Okay, he takes. I'll recapture. The f5 square looks like a... Okay, I'll recapture. The f5 square looks interesting. I can probably make use of it. c6 too. Because now we both have light square weaknesses. Okay. Think about knight f4. But I'm also possibly thinking about pawn to f4, followed by knight to c6, except pawn to f4, knight to g4, and he's threatening knight e3, forking my king and queen. So I'm not going to do that quite yet. Play f3 to get an e4 expansion. I also want to play e4 because I want to secure the d4 and f5 square, the d5 and f5 square for my knights. Looks really good. Okay, so I'm not sure about the move pawn to c5. It creates a backwards pawn on d6, which becomes a really easy target soon. After knight to b4, both my knights are attacking. I'll swing my rook over to d1. Everything looks good. Okay, pawn to d5, trying to break open the center. Good move. I think I had to take it because I don't want him to play pawn to d4. Okay, Preston T in the chat says I can only play classical well. That's fine. Yeah, speed chess is difficult. Alright, I'll try to make use of the pin. The knight is pinned to the queen. And yeah, my knight is covering e3 luckily, so he doesn't have the fork. That'd be really bad. Okay. Yeah, for those viewers out there, don't be scared. Challenge me in bullet. Alright, we have one challenge waiting. We'll play him next. A bullet challenge. Okay, pawn to g6. I'll take the knight with the rook, so I'm attacking the queen at once, and I can have time for my knight to move freely. I'm also attacking his. Okay, yeah, I'll take the bishop. Okay, he recaptures. That's fine. I'll play pawn to e4. This secures my rook. Right now I have a really good position. Okay, he doubles up. I'll double up on my own file. Hello HVD SXN on our Twitch chat. Okay, I'll play queen to c3. I'm threatening checkmate. Now I think he has to blockade with knight to e5. But I can possibly play pawn to f4. Probably win some material over there. Okay, yeah, I'll take it. Now, he might have to play. Okay, yeah, I'll swing my queen to the corner. Alright, good game. Thanks for the games, and yeah, don't be scared to challenge us or challenge Chess Twins. Alright, we're waiting for a challenge. Alright, we're rematching our fellow opponent here, 2100. Nirvana Raymond. We'll go with my standard Sicilian setup. Okay. Knight to d4. Okay, Raj Mithun, sorry for keeping you waiting here. I promise I'll play Bullet next. Your challenge just disappeared, so I couldn't play you. But yeah, I promise I'll play you next. Okay, bishop e2. Yeah, I'll just castle. Okay, I'll play queen to c7. Okay, I play pawn to b6. I'm going for a hedgehog setup with these really tiny pawn moves. I'm creating a barricade against my pawn's pawn moves. So we'll see how it turns out. It's a really passive defense, but it should work. Okay, I won't do anything about the f5 pawn because I want to keep the tension there. Because if I release the tension, I'll create a gap or hole in my pawn structure, which is not what you want to do in the hedgehog setup. Okay, bishop d3. Now my knight on e5 looks really powerful. Okay, backs up his bishop. Thinking about knight to c4. I'm attacking his b2 pawn as well. Now the reason why, and I'm threatening a fork on e3. Now the reason why I don't really like to move pawn to f5 is because it creates a hole for my opponent. So okay, he takes. I'm guessing he'll take my knight soon. With bishop takes c5, c4. So in our lichess Twitch stream, we have Pucking right in says very powerful, but bishop pair. It's true. We have a very powerful bishop pair here. I'll take on c3. Now I win a pawn by doing this. Okay. He wants to attack my d6 pawn. I'll blockade. I'll be okay. Okay, Mithun Raj says, I don't know why my challenge disappears. I'm on the phone. That's alright. Yeah, sometimes it does that after a while. Okay, I'll take it. Take on c2. Interesting move. Knight to a1. It puts the knight in the corner. I'll play queen to e2, attacking the rook. Now just a bit of conversion technique over here. Just be careful not to move his rook too far, because I have back rank checkmate. Okay, just swing my rook, get my rook into the game. I want to play rook to f1 just to make use of the poorly placed knight on a1. Okay, knight b3, rook f1. If he takes, I recapture and it's checkmate. I'm also threatening rook takes. Yeah, I'll take the rook, and after the king recaptures, I play queen to d1 check, and I pick up the knight. Okay, a recapture. I'm up a piece right now, it should be okay. Throw in a little check. Now I'll advance my a pawn, get another queen. Okay, continue. Okay, this should be a simple endgame. Alright, good game, well done. A very tough opponent, high rated as well. Next, good, we have some bullet. Raj Mithun, here we go. Alright, good luck. Alright, let's see if we have our opponent move. Alright, good. Pawn to d4. We'll go with the standard queen setup. Queen's gambit declined. Alright, I'll attack the queen. Queen c2. I'll play knight d7. I'll move my bishop back. Potentially play bishop to g6. Attacking the queen. I expect him to play knight takes g6. Okay. He should take back with the knight. Okay. Take that. I'll get in a pawn break. This is very common. His pawn is pinned because my queen is attacking the queen on d2 if he takes. Take. I isolated his d pawn, so I'm making some progress. I'm not sure about moving the king up to g2. That allows for some potential checks in the future. Alright, I'm forking the king and the bishop. Take the free h-pawn. I might play queen to h2 just to threaten queen h1 checkmate. Okay, he sees the threat. Move my knight back. Don't want to get too... Okay, he takes my pawn. That's okay. Alright. I'll attack the queen, get some tempo. Alright, that's a very free rook. Good game. Well done. Alright, well, good. We'll throw in a rematch. Okay, standard Queen's Gambit decline setup. Leave in the comment. Do you want any interesting openings that you'd like us to try, or like, let us know in the comments. C5 break. I'll take on C3. Now his pawns on d5 and c5 look pretty powerful. I have to do something about it. Now, if I don't do anything about it, they can potentially be really dangerous. I'll take queen g3, attacking the rook. I'll defend, just to be safe. Okay, I'm threatening queen takes h7. He sees it. I'm attacking the c5 pawn. Okay, I'll take it. Actually, I'll play f3 first, because he had rook takes g2. I'll take it. Rook takes g2 wins some material. Okay. I have to go for a bishop and a rook versus a queen. Hopefully I can get in a fork. Wow, nice. We have a smothered mate AC. Good job. Well done. That was really nice. You don't see that very often. You get a good opportunity. That was good. Alright, we have Bullet against Nirvana Raymond again. Good luck. So MQ suggests go with the Catalan opening. It's a good idea. It's Catalan with knight f3, followed by pawn to d4. Okay. I'll play knight to g4. Probably take my dark square bishop later on. But now I want to pay attention to my light squares because they seem really weak. Normally in the Catalan, you really don't want to put yourself in a position where you don't have your light square bishop. But I'm going to secure my pawn on e4 and get my knight on the d5 square. He takes. Now I have a connected pass pawn. I'm pretty happy with my position. Soon my queen will infiltrate the weak light squares. Now good bishop versus bad bishop. My bishop, I'd say, is really good versus my opponent's bishop because it's on the opposite color as versus the pawns. Okay, I'll probably play queen e6 check, and I'll take the a6 pawn. He stops it. I'm securing the light squares again. His dark square bishop, as you can notice, has really nowhere to go. Preston T says, play Bond Cloud attack. Alright, sure, why not? Okay, I'll take. Looks like a free pawn. He probably wants to simplify the pawn structure. I'll attack the bishop. Wants to defend. Good. Okay. Alright. Gotta move faster. Alright, just gotta make sure I don't get flagged. Okay, good game. That was pretty close there for a minute. Alright, so we have a suggestion. Preston says play the Bond Cloud attack. We'll do it. We'll do it. Okay, here we go. Bond Cloud attack. Good luck. Now, how far should I move my king out? Let's go. I'll move it out to g6. I'll move it back. Okay, now I have to make sure I can equalize my position. Because right now, it's obviously not a good opening to play, but it's fun. Okay. Now, of course, the downside with the Bond Cloud attack is your king really has nowhere to go. It's pretty poorly placed. We'll see what we can do. So I'm giving my opponent a connected pass pawn, but it releases some tension in the center. I'll take the... You can play bishop takes, yeah, g6 check. It's an exchange. Play pawn to g6, b6, followed by bishop b7. I'm thinking about playing knight to c6 too. Just get a free tempo on the queen. Okay, queen takes g4. Play pawn to d6. Okay, my pawn structure looks pretty funky right now with double C pawns, but it looks very secure, which is what I like. Okay, I'm threatening bishop, queen to h1. Okay. I'll try to sneak my queen in another dark squares. He has some dark square weaknesses. Throw in a check. Another check. Take the h pawn. Double up. Oh, that's a free rook. Alright, should be a simple conversion. We got some speed here. Alright, ladder made through. Good game. Alright, we have a couple challenges here. Yeah, we'll play Aliso. We haven't seen this person play tonight. Good luck. I'll go with probably Boncloud again. Yeah, let's do it. So for those of you that aren't familiar, goes with pawn to f6, followed by king to f7. And now, of course, this is a suicide opening, but it's fun to play. Alright, we have a couple challengers waiting. We have Aliso. Aliso gonna move. Okay, if not, we'll take on a different challenger. Okay, good. Pawn to. I think this is called the Grab attack. Okay, pawn to c5. It's a good move. It's undermining my light squares. Okay, the direct queen move. I might just play knight to e7 to defend my d pawn. Now I don't want to play knight to f6 because of pawn to g5. Okay, take. Now I was really hesitating with knight to e7 because it blocks my dark square bishop, and also he has possibly queen to b5, but I'll stop it with knight to c6. Stop the check. Now I can actually try to take the g pawn now, because usually with the okay, I might play pawn to c4. Just get a tempo first. He should play queen to d1, because usually with this type of opening, with moving the pawn to g4, you want to make sure that the light squares are really weak for the opponent. Let's attack the queen again. Looks very close to being trapped, but still has a couple of squares. Now I think I can take the g pawn. Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, I'll play pawn to b4. I really want to kick the queen out. So I want to punish the placement of the queen plate moving out too early. That's what you usually want to do. Oh, drop the queen. Oops. It happens. Okay, knight to e2. For those of you that are just joining, welcome to the live stream. We're playing on lichess.org right now. Make sure to send a challenge. The instructions are in the description, and type in the chat what you want to see. Okay, I'll play rook to b1. Rook to b8. And yeah, I think I want to push the pawn. Get a connected pass pawn. No, I'll open up the game. Let's make this game quicker. Our lichess.org friends over here, if you want to follow us, and we'll probably play you later on, when you're not streaming, that'd be great. I'll sacrifice on d4. Recapture. His rook is hanging right now. Okay, I'll throw in a check. Mate should be coming really soon. Okay, we have a couple challenges. Thank you for them. And okay, so yeah, the king really has nowhere to go. Probably b1 is the best square to go, but then I'll take the bishop on d2. Okay. Those of you who haven't played and challenged yet, make sure to do one. We're going to try to play as many people as possible. Okay, we have a couple challenges here. Let's go with camp. We'll play camp. Camp 365. I'll go with my standard setup. Okay, bishop. I'll pin the knight. Now, usually you want to be careful when you move your bishop out to g5 is with queen to a5 check problems, but there's no way anytime soon this is going to happen due to his pawn structure. Okay, pawn to e3. Okay, move my bishop back. Be fine. So Preston T says do 1 e4, 2 king e2. Okay, we'll do that next. Recaptured. Okay, my d4 pawn looks really isolated right now. But with the isolated pawn structure, you want to make sure you don't trade pieces because you want to make sure your opponent is cramped because the isolated pawn gives space. And by trading pieces, you allow your opponent to gain some space. So the idea is to try to cramp my opponent right now. Just take control of the C file. Knight d7. Play knight to b4, b5. Now my knights look like they're going to infiltrate the position. Notice how my opponent's pieces are sort of cramped right now. They don't have that much room to move. Okay, what do we have? Okay. Right, thank you, Fisher Tompkins, for following. Okay, I'll recapture on a6. I'll take on c3. Bishop. I want to pin the knight right now. Okay, so Matthew Cooper says, "Have I seen you on a Twitch stream by chance?" I mean, I've played Chess Network before, and he streamed our games a couple of times. If you've seen me play there, but otherwise, I haven't streamed on Twitch before. I'm just getting started right now on Twitch. That looks like a free knight to me. I'll just take mate in 2, 1-2. Okay, good game. So I believe Preston T requested for us to play 1e4 followed by king e7. We'll give it a shot. King e7 next. Won't go too well, but we'll see what we can handle. Okay, the e pawn was hanging, but I'll play pawn to d6 followed by bishop e6, or potentially knight to h6. Okay, Facho de Complexe says good game. Good game. If that was the person I just played, yeah, then good game. Now, I really don't like my position right now because my light squares are extremely weak. Play bishop e6. Okay. Pawn to d5. I'll move my bishop back. Okay, I have castles. I'll play king to f7. Okay, knight d2. I'll play knight to e7. For those of you that are just joining, welcome to the live stream. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow on Twitch, friend Chess Twins on lichess and chess.com. Okay, I'll play bishop to e7. His rook is gonna have to move, and leave comments in the chats if you want to see something interesting. All right, that's interesting move. It stops knight takes f4 because of the pin. Knight b3, and okay, yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go with rook to f8 because if he plays queen takes h7, I have rook h8, which traps the queen. Okay, now my position looks a lot better. I'm threatening to take the rook, and also, yeah, I've gotten a lot of things under control right now. Okay, knight d7. Bishop d3. I'll play pawn to a5. I want to break up the queen side. There's not much going on the king side. So when there's a lot of action going on one side of the board, you might want to try to get some action on the other side of the board by breaking up with a flank pawn, such as a pawn. I'll undermine the d5 pawn right now because it's pretty strong right now. It's controlling my e6 square, which is pretty annoying. Can possibly play pawn to b5. The idea being to kick the knight. so I can actually take on pawn to d5 and double his pawns. Okay, I think I have a pretty good pawn majority on the queen side. I'll play pawn to b4, just kick out the knight. The knight really has no viable options to move to. I'm debating on whether to take with the A or C pawn. If I take with the C pawn, it's a 2 versus 1 pawn structure on the queen side, but my center pawns look really weak, so I'll take with the A pawn. Okay, I'll attack the knight. This is pretty unfortunate because the knight doesn't have many squares to move to. Yeah, it has to sacrifice itself. I'm threatening bishop b5, which skewers the queen and rook. Okay, I might squeeze in bishop b5 first. Yeah. Okay, queen c7. Now I have to make sure I can handle my dark square bishop without taking too much time as well, because I'm pretty low on time. Okay, I'll let him take my dark square bishop, and I'll take the rook on f1. Now what's really interesting is probably before rook takes f1, he probably could have played d takes c5. Okay, I'll take. This looks like a simple winning endgame. Everything will be fine. Okay, gotta put in some speed. Whoops, that drops a knight. Squeeze in a pre-move here and there. Okay, good game. Well done. Got me down to 4 seconds. Who we have? Who have not played? I don't think I've played. I don't think I've played Chakrapani 555. Well, good luck. B3. Okay. Play knight f6. Okay, pawn to c4. Play bishop g7. Okay, play pawn to c6. Alright, this is a pretty standard opening right now. The idea behind this is to counter the semi-Slav defense with the e6, d5, c6 pawn structure. I'll play knight to d7. I want to get in the pawn to e5 break soon. Okay, he plays. Now I really want to play pawn to e5 because that weakens his c pawn as well, which is in a long chain right now. Okay, if you're just joining us, welcome to the live stream. Feel free to challenge chess_twins on lichess. Make sure to subscribe and follow all the links in the description. Okay, my opponent's taking some time right now. Okay, knight to d2. I'll play rook to e8, supporting the pawn to e5 break. Nikolay Pavlov says hi all. Hello Nikolay. If you're available, make sure to challenge chess_twins on lichess. You're banned on lichess. Oops. For what reason? Okay. Yeah, no, you probably can't challenge me if you're banned on lichess. But that's funny. This is a pretty awkward move, knight to g8. But I want to play pawn to e5. Pawn to e5, which will break up the pawn structure and free up my position. Okay, we have let's see, my opponent's taking some time right now. I'll take a couple more challenges and I'll end the live stream soon. Okay, pawn to a4. Now I can play pawn to e5. This is a good break because if he takes my e5 pawn, then the c5 pawn is very weak and it weakens his already really good pawn structure. Okay, I'll play pawn to f5. Now I'm getting my own expansions now. I need to create space for my own pieces. Romaine Magnet says, "Hi, I watched all your videos." That's awesome. Thank you. Just keep on watching. We'll produce some more quality content. And thank you for your subscription. Rodney Wilson, you heard an explosion. Interesting. Message retracted. Okay, so Nikolay Pavlov says, you play against noob, everything is good for you? Yeah. Yeah, playing. Okay. I want to play pawn to f4 right now because I'm still trying to undermine the dark square pawn. Okay, the dark square pawn structure. Now pawn to f3 looks really weakening. I wonder how I can take advantage of this. Could possibly take on e3, play bishop f4, f5, and get some attack on the queen. I'll get into tempo first. Just attack the rook. Okay, now I can play bishop f5. My opponent also has to be careful of time restraints. Okay, I can take the f3 pawn. This looks like it's winning the exchange. Or probably a rook for a pawn. Okay, get the queen. Or I could have taken the rook too if the queen moved. Alright, good game. Game Charkapani 555. I'll take one or two more games. Okay, we're playing Pedro Doglol. Play knight f6. Why don't I spice this up a little bit? This is a standard queen's pawn setup. Okay, I'm attacking the dark square bishop. He captures first. I'll just recapture really quickly. Okay, I'll get the C file, play rook to C8, C8. Okay, queen F3. Play queen to B6. Attacking the B2 square and also the D4 pawn. You can try something like knight to A4 where that drops a knight due to bishop D7. Usually that works with queen to B3 or B6. Ideas. So okay, I'll take the D pawn. I think I'm winning one pawn. I can actually take the knight right now. Actually, probably not, because bishop H7 check picks up the rook. But that's a rook for 2 pieces. I'll probably go for it, because I want the bishop pair as well. He has to give up a bishop. Okay, I'll bring my rook back. He doesn't take it. Interesting. Alright, so my opponent still has a bishop pair, so it's still tricky to play with. But I'm up a piece, so it should be fine. I'll attack the rook with the tempo, and then swing my bishop back. Or even possibly take the d-pawn. I'll take the d-pawn. Okay, bishop e3. I'll play queen to c3. Okay, my opponent's running low on time. Okay, queen e7. Play pawn to a6. Queen d2. Trade queens. Move. I'll expand the center right now. He might play pawn to b4. Okay. Because pawn to b4 would be a pretty good attempt to trap my bishop, but I have pawn to a5. Okay, I'll attack the rook. Okay, attack the rook again. Probably has to move back to d1 or e1. I think I can take the rook right now. That wins an exchange. And I can take the free g pawn as well. Knight f6. Okay, Nikolay Pavlov says, I installed VPN add-on. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. If you challenge me, we'll have a pretty good game. Rook d3. A Flaming Ninja says, VPN for what? Well, I mean, Nikolay got banned from lichess for some reason, so he has to use a VPN to play me. Alright, good game. I'm waiting for the challenge from Nikolay Pavlov. Okay, while we're waiting, we have Nirvana Raymond on the line. Okay, good luck. Some bullet, you gotta have some speed here. I'll castle soon. Alright, it's the standard open queen Sicilian defense game. Now again, I have my pawn structure on with pawns on e6, d6, b6, a6. Sort of a hedgehog style. It's sort of my style and how I play. Okay, I'll take the bishop. And then I can take on d5 and play queen c5 check and win a pawn. But I have to watch out for pawn to f6, so I played f6. attack the C pawn. Potentially infiltrate my queen into the game. Okay, alrighty. Alright, take the free C pawn. Exchange rooks. Attack more pawns. Okay, that's the right move. Keep the pawn structure. I'll swing my rook around to throw in some checks on the backside. Okay, fork. Alright, good game. Then I'll throw in a rematch here. Alright, Nicole Pavlov, we're still waiting for your challenge. Knight of 3. Go with my Catalan setup. Take the d5 pawn. Okay, rook c1. It's okay. Maybe e5. I want to make use of the d6 square. I'll kick the bishop first. Okay, play knight to d4. Knight d6. Attack the bishop, get the bishop pair, and I'll be fine. Pawn f3, I'll recapture. Play knight to b5. Let's move it back. Oops, I'm dropping a couple pawns. I might go knight to f5 and knight to d6 if he allows me. Okay, I'm using my knight to barricade the pawns. Okay, take the free a pawn. I'm attacking the light square bishop as well. Yeah, I'm still using my knight to barricade. He has a lot of pawns I have to be worried about, and I'm really low in time. Oh, I have to pre-move. Alright, good game. Well done. Okay, still waiting for a challenge. We'll get one more rematch. Okay, go with the Sicilian defense. Get captured. Okay, I got your request, Nikolaev. We'll play in a bit after this game. Okay, so he can possibly take on. Okay, and take advantage of my uncastle king right now. But by playing bishop to d5, I'm making sure in the future that he doesn't play queen takes d6. I'll castle. Okay. I'll take. Right now I'm making use of the very powerful c5 square. Very useful square for my rook. Now I can get a expansion with my pawns. Okay, I'm threatening a fork as well. Okay, fork. Take the rook. Take it. It's free knight. Alright, good game. Good games. We have 2 challenges right now. Alright, we'll play Nikolay Pavlov. I see that your VPN is working right now, so good luck. The long anticipated game. You say, Nikolay says, you play like CM. That means Candidate Master. Thank you. I think we have a fairly matched game, about even ratings right now. Okay. Standard setup. I don't like trading off my dark square bishop, but I can't handle the bishop hitting on the c7 and b8 squares, which is really powerful. Okay, so typical expansion, bishop b7 with the pawns on d5, c5, b5. The idea is to get in a queenside break. Very common in this type of opening. I'll play pawn to c4, lock down the light squares. Pawn to a5. I'm thinking about playing pawn to b4 really soon. Yeah, he takes. Now I'm thinking about playing knight to d5 possibly, but knight to g5 looks pretty menacing. Let's play pawn to g6 just to be safe. No trick attacks with the queen and bishop line, followed by the knight infiltrating soon. Chris Cashman on Twitch says hello. Hi Chris, thank you for your challenge. I see you sent a 30-second plus 0 increment rated game. It'll be really interesting. I'll accept it next. To be honest, I haven't played that much Hyperbullet, but I think it'll be fun, Chris. Alright, knight to f5. I was really tempted to play pawn to f5, but the queen can just take on e6. Now he really wants to make use of my weak dark squares, so I'll just play king to g7 to make sure he doesn't play knight to h6 check. For those of you just joining us, welcome to the live stream. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow chess_twins on Twitch, add chess twins as a friend on chess.com and lichess. Instructions are in the description, and I hope to get some good games playing. Okay, now, although the position looks pretty scary for me right now, I think I have everything under control. Okay, I'll play knight to e7, potentially play knight to g8 to kick out the queen, or play knight to d5 as well. Okay, knight to d5. Alright, don't worry, Chris Cashman. I'm gonna accept your challenge after this game. Okay. The idea behind pawn to h4 is to play pawn to h5 and potentially break up my g6 and h7 pawn structure. I'll play queen to f6 to secure my king side. Alright. Take. Okay, I want to break open the queen side right now. Now, worst case scenario, I'm going to trade queens, but otherwise, I think my position is holding pretty steady right now. Okay, takes. Now, the issue with that my opponent has is he's been locking out his queen, and right now, yeah, he wants to make a breakthrough. Because his queen at h6 really doesn't have that many squares to move to. You might be wondering why the pawn in b4 is just sitting there. Well, if he takes it, his pawn structure is really weak because he has doubled b pawns that are isolated. Not only that, he also has an isolated d pawn. So it's a reasonable pawn sacrifice. Okay, he attacks the bishop. Good move. Okay, probably play queen to g7 soon. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably recapture that. Okay. Queen to g7. Now, if I recaptured the pawn with the queen, he would play rook takes f8 check. That drops a rook. I almost missed that. Queen takes f8, the rook. Okay, my opponent's running low on time. Okay. I think I'll trade queens and recapture the g pawn. He should play pawn to g5. Yeah, securing the passed pawn. Okay, I'll take on c3. Or better yet, play bishop d5 to secure the structure. Okay, I'm thinking of playing rook to a8 soon and getting my rook into action. Then I'll play rook a7 to pile up on the bishop if he plays rook to 8. Okay. Yeah. You know, I'll attack the b pawn. He still has some trouble. Okay, rook to b6. King f2. Play bishop e4. Play bishop d3, attacking the rook and protecting my c pawn. I'll attack the d pawn. I'm planning on swinging my rook over to d. Yeah, to d6, and I'll take the d pawn. Planning on taking the c pawn as well. Have to be careful though. He has a pretty far pushed pass pawn. Okay. To play rook to d1. Probably I can take the d pawn now. Threatening checkmate. Oh, he saw it. Good game, Nikolai. Okay, Chris Cashman, 30-second chess. This will be really quick, really entertaining as well. Okay. These you have a lot of pre-moves to make. Alright, I think that drops a pawn. Throwing a check. Wow, I'm really low on time. Okay, I think this is a win. Good game. Wow, that was really fast. We'll throw in a rematch right there. Yeah, the thing about hyperbolic is basically almost every single move you have to make is a pre-move. Okay, that wins a pawn. I was expecting rook to d7, but he played bishop c5 instead. Yeah, take. Okay, take. Oh, a little mouse slip. Okay, I have to pre-move my way out this game. Oh, good game! Wow, these games. This is a really tough match. Nikolai Pavlov, good game. Oh, good game played earlier. I think you were really low on time, and it was a really nice save by you. I think it was really well played. Okay, Chris Cashman. Oh, my queen's hanging. Oops. Good game, Chris. Play again. Yeah, pretty equal position, but in hyperbolic, time is the essence. Time is everything. All right, good game. Well done. Okay. All right, good games, Chris. And thank you all for tuning into the live stream. It was really fun playing everybody. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Follow the new chess_twins username on Twitch. Follow on lichess. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube. And thank you so much.